Hello everyone, welcome back. We have just entered the medieval era as the English, and I'm actually really excited to play the English because I haven't gotten to play the English at all for you guys yet. And I've only managed to play them in like one or two games because the AI like constantly take the English. They love agrarian cultures. So it's very exciting to actually get to play them. A little bit of context about how I've come along so far in case you're tuning in for the first time. I started on this odd isthmus. It's just this very long continent. And partly as a result of that, all the people spawned very close together, which meant I went a little aggressive at the start of the game. I picked the Nubians, as you could probably tell by the fact that I have Kerma here, and used my Tosseti archers and abused some warriors to really stick it to the Mycenaeans and took their capital. And I've expanded from there. The Phoenicians were nearby, and I've had two wars with them, and I undertook a second war with the Mycenaeans as well in order to take their second city. And they seem to have an outpost coming along here, but we'll take care of that. Now, the Hittites are still over here, and then presumably the other players are on another continent. Yeah, so I can see Oswer here for some reason. I do have the Fame lead somehow. It's really uncommon to have the Fame lead at this point in the game. Usually takes longer, but hey, it's how the game goes. Now, I do have the Civics Osmosis plus 3 Faith on territory. That would replace plus 5 Influence on main plaza. And I'm actually going to go for it to beat back this religious nonsense that's going on here. Because it would be really nice to bring all of my folks into the fold so that I can select more religious tenants. So let's replace that, and that'll prevent too big of a stability hit in that city as well. Now, Kang is developing. Let's just get this guy out of the way. Thank you. And we don't want it to. We want it to go bye-bye. So we'll deal with that. And thankfully, with these strongholds, one of the best things about strongholds is that you can place them anywhere. So you can always get the maximum number of yields possible, which is excellent. So you can always get a ton of food with the strongholds. Not quite as good in this city, but still not too bad. Lose a little bit of production there, but that's fine. Actually, that one's not quite as good. Let's go over here. Right there is fine. I think I only want one of these in the city. I don't want to inflate my production costs too much because I already have quite a few things inflating production. All right, Kerma. Already looked at you. Byblos is coming along. Right there looks good to me. We won't want one right there. Let me think about this actually. So if we put one right here, it's actually not getting that 22 food, right? Because this tile's already exploiting most of the tiles that would exploit. So the question is there a better spot in this territory or in this territory to build the stronghold? I think the answer is there are better spots in this territory up here. Only marginally, though. So we'll place this here, and then we can get another one up, like, right there. All right. Making 39 food is great. And over here, this one's a little more awkward. I'm going to forward place this one a touch. It'll act as a spawn point and defensive point while still getting a decent amount of food yield. And the reason I want to focus on food when I normally wouldn't, so obviously I'm a little more efficient at it as an agrarian, but I really want those era stars as well. I value the primary era stars a lot. For my fame gains. Now, I've come around typically to the opinion that you should skip this technology right here, War Summons, but because I am the English, I am going to go back and grab it because it opens up my Longbowmen, which are way, way better than Crossbowmen for 2 reasons. Well, for 3 reasons. Well, let me double check the 3rd reason I'm thinking of. No, they have the same combat strength, but they have 4 range compared to the Crossbowmen's 3 range, and more importantly, Longbowmen still have indirect fire, like their archer counterparts, which means they can fire over units, where crossbowmen cannot to do that. Still sitting on the mausoleum. So there are some available wonders. Oh, not anymore. Todaiji kind of sucks. I never take it. Notre Dame was available as well when I booted up the game, but it's been taken. I didn't really care about either of those wonders, so really no big loss. What I do care about is Topkapi Palace in the next era. That'll be something that I will try to get if possible. Okay. I do want to see what the rest of this territory looks like. Aha. If I could knock out the Mycenaeans, that would be great. Land rights. This synergizes really nicely with the legacy trait of the English, which gives you +7 food per number of attached territories. And then the land rights, and this is good for a lot of people, but +10 food per number of attached territories. So for every attached territory on my cities, I get +17 food, which really, really helps support the number of pops I'm going to need for my agrarian stars this era. Particularly since I've taken over a lot of cities already, means I don't just get freebies from conquering people. Could conquer Sus, though. And I mean, I think I'm going to, right? It's right there. There's really no reason not to. This is not the army I thought it was. I thought this was my hoplite army. Should have paid more attention. That's okay. Let's get up on high ground. Just have to play very defensively. Thankfully, my hoplites are right around the corner, so no problem. Okay. Down here. Anything else? Nope, okay. Now, I have noticed in this patch that there does seem to be a little bit better distribution of resources than there was before. Like, notice how there's this silk here, right? There's also this silk way over here, and that did not happen very much before the patch. They usually tend to cluster in like 2 or 3 territories, and now they seem to be spread out a little bit more, and I feel like I've seen more I'm losing my train of thought because I'm thinking about the battle now. I've seen more luxuries on different territories, more of the same luxuries, which I think is a good change for the state of the game, just because luxuries are so darn important to how you play. Okay, let's get both of these guys actually in the city. One-shot levies, no problem. Should finish that off next round. Particularly if they just suicide into me like that. Alright. I get a rear attack. Does he ever? Oh, I can't attack from there. That's too bad. Okay, so I think I use him to kill the archers. Gonna need him to attack. Attack spearmen. Attack spearmen. And attack. And attack. There we go. Combat is a bit of a puzzle sometimes, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Sometimes puzzles in 4X games just feel too puzzly. But I haven't found that the case in Humankind most of the time. It feels like strategy rather than a puzzle, even though it kind of is a puzzle. Did they declare war on me? They must have, right? Oh, the Hunacords. I don't want to battle... Oh. Retreating there might have been a bad idea. But I don't really want to battle Hunacords without hoplites. Okay, fundamental values. Let's get that reduced Commons Quarter industry costs. I am going to need Commons Quarters in some of my cities starting fairly soon. Still 2 turns away from war summons. Still don't need that iron, which is kind of silly. Okay, nice. So now I can come down here. One thing I'll have to be aware of if I attach this territory, all these districts will get integrated, which may be for the worst. 12 and 8, that's fine. Though I think they should become a ruin, right? Just 2 turns on that stronghold is very nice. I'm just going to go ahead and buy that because it's so cheap. And let's start heading this way to get some of these mountains as well. And we will need a high furnace in here. So let's go on export policy, and I'm actually going to put money after industry here. Just for now. Okay, let's get you into the safety of the city. How did they attack me in my own territory? Was I outside my territory? I thought I was in it, but I guess not. I thought they declared war on me for a second, but... Okay. Let's pin them in here. And... Tenet. The 2 good ones are gone, like always. Just too bad. The rest of these, like, they're all terrible compared to Give Alms and Bear Not False Witness. I'll just go for Yield to None. I don't have a reason to select anything else. Little extra war support never hurt anyone. Does make it easier to just go to war whenever. Okay. And over here in Sauce. Honestly, I'd probably get rid of this city. It's not very well developed. Because the AI just, like, kind of build whatever. At least the independent people AI, I think it's just, like, randomly placed districts, straight up. Which, yeah, randomly placed districts are not very useful. Make sure we're getting adjacencies here. That was a bit of a mistake. There we go. Can remedy my mistake. Okay, easy. So yeah, I think we pillaged Sus. It's not a very good city. Okay, you can head back up to Athens, and over here, let's get our toss city upgraded to longbows. None of these are moving me in the directions I want to move. I can most afford to move along this axis, though, so a little extra faith. Sounds good to me. And next we can go for Seafaring Mastery and start pursuing some cogs. so I can get some exploration done. Can already go up to the next era, but there's really no need to do that. You know, I have plenty of stars I can still earn in this era, and literally no one has gone up to the next era yet, so no problem at all. Alright, Sus, sorry to do this, but you were just in the way. Oh wow, they're actually attacking my city. I'll just instant that. Kind of strange, actually, that they attacked my city. They don't usually do that. I do want to get a more forward holy site so I can push back against some of this religious dominance. The proximity of the holy site does matter in terms of how much faith you're getting in those territories for your religion. Okay. Let's get the science rolling here. Alchemist Workshop plus 10% science sounds good to me. And still working on those agrarian stars. I'm a little worried about being able to 3-star it with the new scaling on food, but we'll see how it feels. And I'll just wait. You're just hanging out in Athens. Don't really need you anywhere. I suppose you could come down to this island down here and see what's going on. Okay, they're attacking me. Honestly, particularly against Hunnic hordes, it's really important to be the one that's attacking. So I am going to retreat from that. I could upgrade the pikemen. They do have a slight combat strength bonus over just like hoplites. It is technically possible to get hoplites to have higher combat strength, but it's not as reliable. You need quite a few adjacent hoplites. So okay, a little bit of basic infrastructure, and then we need some production in this darn city. Though market quarters looking a little appealing there. I don't think 21 food is actually accurate. Or 21 production, I mean. Plus 11. It's 15. It's really 19. I kind of lose river access regardless of where I put this. I really just want to build out to a high production area, like these mountains here. So I think I need to connect these, and then I can build around the mountains. So I'm going to lose a bit of food there, but I need to do it. Just rip off the band-aid. Okay. So those are the ones that retreated. What I'd really like, actually, is more longbows. Just get a whole army of them. Longbows are so good, and I'll show you what I mean, even though it's like shooting fish in a barrel when it comes to the Huns, given that they're sort of lower tier units from the previous era. And don't need any of that stuff. Heavy infantry would be an okay pickup. Let's get guilds, though, and set ourselves up for the next era. Go ahead and be the one attacking here. Nope. And they're the ones attacking again. Yeah, fine. We'll just fight it. I might lose some hoplites here. There we go. Just because of this high ground nonsense right here, But, you know, that's, I guess, good on the AI for taking advantage of it. It does feel a little cheap how the AI can just, like, insta-attack you. It's not very fair to the player, but at the same time, most of the game mechanics are not very fair to the AI, given that they suck and have a lot of limitations. So I am willing to accept it. Go ahead and buy that. A little bit of extra money without the chance of negative consequences is good with me. Okay, so this guy right here is priority target because he is currently sitting on my reinforcements. Okay, and I can get rid of him easily. We want to make sure my reinforcements have places to move to. And okay, that works. Get these guys up here. And now we have the Hunnic hordes trapped in here. Might kill him? Nope. Alright, longbows. And high health hoplite, there we go. Move you back, move you in. There we go. No losses, which is pretty good. If the AI knew how to focus fire and use fire and move properly... Oh, they still have units left. But if they knew how to focus fire and use fire and move properly, they definitely would have been able to get at least a couple kills, but, you know, they do not know how to use those things properly, so... Okay, let's just have my high health units kind of be my vanguard here, so that they don't come nuke my lower health units. Did I fire with him? Nope. Okay. And just one shot the Hunnic horde with longbows. Sounds good to me. Are they really going to attack me? Why does it say I can attack them if I can't? Whatever. Okay, longbows on high ground once again. Just absolutely going to mop the floor with these Hunnic hordes. Not even at war with them, I don't think. Yeah, this is just a slaughter. I'm so sorry, AI. I almost feel bad. But, this is why hoplites are so good, right? Is that they counter everything in the classical. And they stay relevant into medieval as well. They're pretty comparable to pikemen. And that's why you pick them. So, alright. Let's go ahead and grab that, and that'll relieve pressure on my slots as well. And then I can start working on building these science quarters down this way. We will need all that science infrastructure. All right. So next on the docket, let's get rid of this outpost. You stay there to continue healing. Why did you spawn there? Why are you going that way? I don't always understand pathfinding in this game, but I guess maybe there was a road there. Okay, pillage. This can't be their only city, right? Like, they have to have at least one more city. A little copper down there, which is actually good. I can grab that with an outpost, and it helps my industry a bit in my cities. Go ahead and purchase the high furnace. You should be on money rather than food. I do not care about food that much, at least not with farmers. There are better ways to get food. And now the question in Kerma is, what do I focus on? I do think I'm going to need more money generation. I think I've got 2 cities now that are working on science. And I do have the amphitheaters in quite a few cities already. I can use this for market quarters as well. Kerma definitely has the capacity to do either thing here. I think I need more science, honestly. I'm not satisfied with my science output at the moment. Like, if I look in the next era, yeah, that's 7 turns for 1 tech. It should really be lower than that, so let's keep going on the science route. $16 more pops. That's what I'm looking for. Doesn't matter too much where I place that. Just anywhere will do. It's a pretty big city they've got there, which will maybe push me over the edge to get my stars. And I'll be securing my continent pretty early there. I'll need to get an outpost down there to get the fame bonus for the continents. I might need to claim the island as well. Depends on how that's counted. Can't always tell what's on what continents, so. Yeah, those guys are peaceful, so I'm just going to let them do whatever. More resources there, which is excellent, and both of those are science resources. So as soon as that's available, we will influence purchase those. And over here, wow, 42 production. Yeah, okay. 42 production is very hard to say no to at this point in time. Buy out the stronghold. I don't think I need more strongholds here. 17 food there is not that much, and it's actually less than 17 because the tooltip's still lying, so I might as well finish that coffee. Grab stoneworks as well. I'll buy that. And then let's get to work on mausoleum, actually. I've been sitting on it for quite a while. Three turns is not too bad. Can I get it down to 2? I can. Okay, 2 turns looks good to me. Military architecture leads into gunpowder warfare, so we will pick that up as well for when we're ready to go up to the next era. Apparently my trade route's been destroyed, and I didn't know I was trading with the Huns. That is news to me. Okay. I'm going to give it another turn. Get all these grievances. So give it another turn and then probably declare war here. Nice, got my agrarian star, got mausoleum. think I got it in my keen, right? Yeah, I did. So that'll help my science output a decent bit. Still no purpose for that iron, so we'll keep pushing that to the end of the queue until we actually need it. Yeah, I'm going to focus on science down here in this corner. Excuse me. Talking a lot really hurts my throat more than I ever expected when I first started recording videos. And we'll go ahead and buy all these out. So it's a little extra science per researcher, percentage boost to science. Also has some more luxuries that I don't know about yet, or some more strategics I don't know about yet. So, and we'll start filling in these gaps on territories here as well. Sidon, I think, in particular, will benefit from attaching this territory here, and probably that island as well. Alright, Hans. Sorry to do this, but not really. But you never had a chance. I'm going to concentrate my longbowmen up here. They'll all get up on the high ground for various benefits. I'm going to bring that guy in and just plop him on the reinforcements. Not going to worry about melee units too much. A little bit lazy. But at the same time, he do have longbows, so yeah. And we just let him come to me. And if he doesn't, then I just blow him up with my OP ranged units. Where's that guy going? That was a little weird. Just get right on the flag. No need to dilly-dally. Yeah, there's no chance they kill that unit. They only have one citizen that can actually do damage here, so... I'd be able to kill these ships, though. Help towards militarists, aerosars. I think I might have them all already, but it'll carry over a bit to the next era. What if I move him? There we go. Take every opportunity you can to kill units, really, if they're favorable trades. And let's kill this guy. He's gonna run. Okay, I think that's the last unit the Huns have as well. And Hattusa has a lot of market quarters, actually. Which is excellent, because I have not invested a lot in market quarters yet. And I want to make sure I can keep getting my gold era stars. So taking that over will be a great benefit to me. Okay. All right, Byblos. What am I focusing on here? I think I go money in Byblos. So let's get the food market. Let's make sure we get artificial reservoirs. Man, 8 turns for a quarter really hurts. But that's okay. Over there, decent a spot as any. So that'll keep me busy for a bit. We'll pick up heavy infantry, start working on that for the +1 unit slot, but I don't want to dilly-dally in this era for too long if I'm starting to lose out on research. If I want to balance my outputs, I think a decent choice in the next era is going to be the Ming. that works better. I don't want to lose that plus 5% production I have from collectivism. Okay, so Hattusa's mine. Actually, the stability is not too bad here. I don't think that's really worth filling in. Yeah, I'm really not sure how the AI managed to cheat their way to that much food, but I mean, cheats are cheats, I suppose. And the AI kind of need them. 21 food there is not too bad. Okay, let's go on expert. We're going to go production and money here for now. Oh, they don't have even this basic infrastructure. No wonder it's going to take forever to build anything. 13 workers here, so this artisan workshop's pretty good. We can buy that too. Get the high furnace, might as well buy that. Just get this whole place up and running to a reasonable degree. And let's go start seeing what these islands are all about. Need 2 techs for my 3rd scientist star. Which is more than doable. Let's see. Anyone suffering with stability? Bublos a little bit. Don't need more iron quite yet. Let me think. I could go for money in here, but I don't have any luxuries in this territory, so that doesn't really make sense. Just keep getting a little bit more production. Can really use this city later to focus on creating military for me, which means I can pick up barracks as well. That'll be useful. All right. So let's go see what some of these islands are all about. And I think that island there probably, I think it's pretty likely to have a resource on it given its size. I need you over here. So when you have outposts, like if you have claimed every territory on a continent, you do get a little bonus fame. I can't remember quite how much it is, honestly. Okay, let's pick up this plus 1% science on holy sites. I do have a decent number of holy sites now, including some wonders that I control. Okay, doesn't really matter. I don't need any of these. I would like to stick around for that builder star, though. Yeah. Well, could do a market quarter there. No, let's do market there and builder here. I just need 2 more districts for my builder stars. I'm surprised with the AI, actually. This is not a terribly developed city. Like, everything is clustered together properly. Like, you don't have just a hodgepodge of different things. This is actually taking advantage of adjacencies of districts. And for the most part, they're in places that make sense. So that is a big improvement. I don't know if it's just by chance that happened or if there have actually been some improvements to the AI. But either way, it's definitely a good thing. What's with the outpost costs over here? Almost a little over 1100 influence, which is quite a bit. Okay. By that Maker's Quarter. Is there anyone else that's close on a district? Not really. This one, Gnosis is the closest. We'll probably buy that out once that gets close, and then we can select our era up. Oh, let's grab that. A little bit of influence in science, never hurt anyone. Okay, is this territory worth grabbing? Probably not. There's a wonder up here. Aha, and I see some orange. Has orange gone up? No. Someone has taken the Dutch, which is actually someone I was like kind of considering. I honestly think the Ming are probably the way to go in the next era. We're going to fall behind on our influence output now. Yeah. Venetians, I don't really have any trade routes, so. All right. I think this is the... We need to get an attached territory in Sudan, so we'll get that rolling. And Byblos, I mean, it's doing fine on stability, but let's get another obelisk in here. Eagle-eyed or science investing. We'll keep moving along the homeland axis. The thing about science investing right now is that I'm not actually researching anything because I'm at the end of the tech tree. Though that is about to change, I think. These other stars aren't realistic for the time being, so it is time to go up, right? So if I look at these, you know, I need another 8K on my merchant stars. That's another 10 turns. 10 turns that are not researching anything. SD era stars, you know, that's like 20 turns to get the next one. So it doesn't make any sense. So let's think about options for the next era. The Haudenosaunee could be fine, but if you look at most of my cities, I have all the jobs filled that I need. They have enough population already. There's really no reason to double down on food production here. Joseon, pretty much good in every situation. I am a little bit behind where I'd like to be on my science, so the Sowon would help me catch up a bit, particularly since I have a lot of population, means that I get more advantage from the +1 science per researcher and the extra researcher slot because I have so many researchers. Obviously also lets me get into industrial, I can try and collect mines, all that. Ming would help shore up my influence production to make sure I'm getting extra stars. That's benefit of picking the Ming. Mughals, yeah, lots of industry. Do I need it? Probably better than a lot of other options, but I don't want to just play a straight industry game every game. Ottomans are great, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like I need them this game. I've already taken over my continents. Poles are too defensive. Spanish, kind of the same boat as the Ottomans. The Edo-Japanese... So this +1 influence per population just ends up being worse than the Grand Tea House, particularly since the Tea House also provides stability. And then the Venetians are just not as good as the Dutch, unfortunately. I don't have a lot of things that benefit from the Bottega. So I think the picks here are like the Ming or the Joseon. I think I'm going to go with the Ming. There are quite a few benefits to merging cities later in the game, particularly with the cost scaling. It means you can get bigger cities than you would normally be able to produce. And I want to catch up on my Aesthete era stars. So we're going to take the Ming for the early modern and see how that goes. So that is it, entering the early modern on turn 111. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode for the start of the early modern era.